Hello there, football fans. We are doing a short tutorial video on Kickstox for those of you who are interested in joining the game but are not 100% sure on how to play. Once you have created your account at Kickstox, you will start with a budget of 100,000 in-game currency, of which you can trade with. With this budget, you can buy stocks of football players on the exchange from any of the big leagues. On Kickstox, you can buy any player on the exchange multiple times within the limits of your budget. In comparison to other fantasy games, you don't have to build a team of 11 players, but instead are completely free to create your own tactic. Whether you prefer to put all of your budget into one player or spread your risk by buying multiple players, the choice is yours. Scoring. A player's stock price is based on two elements. 1. His actions in the match, and 2. The player's popularity on the Kickstox platform. During a player's match, Kickstox collects and analyzes each player's actions. In total, there are over 250 stats that will affect a player's stock price, with each of them having their own impact. Some key actions include goals scored, goals conceded, key passes, recoveries, tackles, touches, saves, yellow and red cards, and minutes played. This process happens live during the match, so make sure to track how your players are doing on Kickstox while the match is live. You may also want to make some trades based on what you're seeing. For example, if you're seeing that your player is performing poorly on the pitch, make sure to sell him out of your portfolio. On the other hand, if you're watching a player perform well and they are not yet part of your portfolio, then maybe it's time to head over to the exchange and buy them before their price soars even more. For each match and at any time of the day, you can trade the players that you think will perform well. This brings us on to our second element, which is popularity. Every trade that happens on the Kickstox game impacts the price of the player. For example, if a player is popular and a lot of traders are buying him, his price is likely to increase. Vice versa, if a player is being dropped by a lot of users, his in-game price will also drop. So, make sure your timing is correct to maximize your score. Your overall scoring in the game is increased by trading the right players at the right time. Every time you buy players that increase in price and you sell the stocks at the right time, you generate more in-game currency into your account. General tips. The aim of the game is to generate as much in-game currency as possible by trading the right players at the right time. Think about the players that are playing or about to be playing in the matches. In Kickstox, the real-life market value is not relevant. We also advise to pick players that will be included in the starting 11 of their team, as this is the only guaranteed way of them producing match data. However, if you pick the wrong players initially, don't worry. You can also trade during the game to still make profits. Form. We also recommend keeping an eye out for the current form of the player, as this can be an important factor for his price development. You can find details of the player's form by clicking on a player's name. A player's price will rise when he outperforms his current form, meaning that if a player has had a strong streak in his past 5 matches, his expectation for his next match will be high. As such, outperforming this kind of expectation will be harder, and he will have to play an exceptional game to not decrease in price. Vice versa, if a player has a weaker performance in his last 5 matches, the expectation for his next match will be lower. So, outperforming this will be much more likely, and therefore, the price of this player could increase. Forwards. When picking an attacking player for your portfolio, you want to pay attention to the ones scoring and assisting a lot, as this is a key way in generating points. For example, attackers who take free kicks and penalties will naturally have a higher chance of scoring goals, and attackers who are always crossing the ball will have a higher chance of getting assists. By doing this, this will help them to increase in price. It's also worth noting that a forward can have a solid performance but fail to score a goal. In this case, it could mean that his price drops. This is dependent on their current form. Midfielders. For the midfielders, goals and assists are also important and can generate even higher increases compared to the attackers. However, with this position, factors such as key passes or ball recoveries and interceptions will also have a significant impact on their price. Defenders. The defenders shine by keeping a clean sheet and proving their worth with defensive actions such as tackles, blocks and interceptions. If the defender does not get booked with a yellow or red card, or even manages to score a goal, his price may begin to skyrocket. Goalkeepers. With goalkeepers, their main way of scoring points comes from keeping a clean sheet and producing saves. When choosing goalkeepers, players from mid to low table teams can be interesting, as they are likely to produce more saves in a game. However, beware, because the chances of them keeping a clean sheet are also lower. Battles. Now on to what you should be doing with all these trading tips, and that is, of course, proving your skills to your friends and the other football fans. You can do this by joining one of the many daily and weekly battles, or by organising one yourself and inviting your friends to join your battle. Battles are short competitive sprints with other football fans, with the winner of the battle being the person who gained the most percentage increase in their portfolio during the time of the battle. Some battles can be 90 minutes long, while others may last a whole week. Please make sure to check this before you join. During the time span of the battle, all players can be traded. So, it's up to you to buy and sell the right players and beat your opponents. If you manage to do so, and your portfolio has the highest percentage increase during the time of the battle, you can win anything from in-game currency to beautiful prizes. And let's not forget the eternal glory and ultimate bragging rights of beating your fellow football fans. Well, that's all we've got time for. We hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. With that said, we hope to see you over on Kickstox soon, getting involved with our daily and weekly battles where you can win epic prizes. If you want more trading tips about Kickstox, then make sure to follow us on our social media, YouTube and Spotify channels, or join our Discord server, where we will be posting and discussing much more trading tips in the future. Apart from that, that's all until next time, and game on!